Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your tarot reading for the first week of March. I'm working with a new deck. I just bought this deck tonight. This is called the Insight Tarot. And the reason I bought it is because on the back it says, in this exciting 79 card tarot deck of fully illustrated majors and thematic minors, you will find that structural and logical methods represent the answer to these questions and help readers to modify behaviors to best suit successful encounters with real life situations. Created by a student of C.G. Jung, a pathway to clear divination messages, meditation, and psychologic practices will resonate with readers everywhere. So I was really impressed that it talked about modifying behavior and psychology, and I just thought that was really cool. So this is probably going to be the deck that I use the most from now on because it has a lot of helpful tips in it, and I was going through the book, and the book basically talked about what each card represents, as in what each person is saying. And for example, if I were to pull out the devil card says that they think they can do whatever they want to. Okay. And I thought that was interesting because some people really do think that way. Some people think they are above the law. They think that they can do whatever they want to. That's just how some people are. Trying to get this centered better. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it as is and I'll just center it another day. I really need to put like a desk behind this desk and then I can really center it. All right. Let's get started. I always do the 7-card horseshoe spread because that's always been my thing. I'm sure they have spreads in the book, but I always do the 7-card horseshoe spread. Okay, Scorpio, for the past, we get King of Wands. You were dealing with the King of Wands. And this is an interesting book because it talks about what each of these cards represents. Okay. I mean, I know my version of the King of Wands, but I'm trying to see what this says about it. Okay. So you were dealing with a man who could have been a leader, charismatic, manly, assured, socially established. You could have been dealing with somebody who had a lot of friends, generous, magnanimous. I won't let you hurt my friends, an outstanding organizer, a businessman, a politician, a manager, a person with high social position, somewhat egocentric and dependent upon his clique. So you were dealing with somebody who is popular but kind of full of themselves, dependent on his entourage. Okay. Okay, so let's clarify this person you were dealing with. You were basically dealing with Mr. Popularity in the past, okay, Scorpio? You were dealing with Mr. Popularity. All right, for the King of Wands, we get the Hierophant, the Five of Wands, and the Temperance. You had some sort of conflict with this person, okay? This person could be pretty much set in their ways, or they could be married. You could have been dealing with somebody who was married, or they were having they were having problems in their marriage, okay? Because we get the Hierophant, the Five of Wands, and the Temperance card. And it's almost like these problems they were having were slowly increasing over time with the Temperance card. So it's not like, this person cheated on their spouse or there was some major event that caused them to have marital problems. It was just accumulation of marital problems happening over time. You could have been married to this person. If you were not married to this person and they were flirting with you, they were having a series of marital problems that were escalating over time. Now, that was the past, which the past represents February. But for the first week of March, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Now, Eight of Pentacles. This is Royal Mastery. You are learning something at this time. Diligence, discipline, method, accuracy, high quality, and well thought out performance of the work. A well established system with the potential for development, able to adapt for the tasks. Repeated result, established conveyor work, practice, repetition. So you're really not concerned about this person anymore in March, okay? Whoever was trying to push their marital problems onto you in the past, you're really not concerned about this person anymore. You're doing your own thing. I don't want to say, you got your head in the sand or something like that, but you're basically doing your own thing. So let's clarify this Eight of Pentacles for you doing your own thing. We get the Judgment card, the Resurrection, the Lovers, and the Fool. You have this new beginning of loving on yourself. Scorpio, it's like you found yourself again. It kind of reminds me of how we all have a certain age where we were happy, regardless of whether it was 12 or 16 or 18. We all had a certain age where we were very happy. And you are resurrecting that with whatever this is you're working on. You have the Fool, the Lovers, and the Judgment card. You are resurrecting yourself. Sorry about the glare, but you are resurrecting yourself. You've got a lot of happy cards here. I mean, look at this person and the Fool card. They just look so happy and accomplished. It kind of reminds me of that movie, The Little Mermaid, and Ariel was supposed to come to a concert and she was going to pop out of a seashell and sing. And I don't know, are some of you thinking of singing at this time? But you just look so happy. And the person in this picture is happy too. So you're happy, you're loving on yourself. One thing that has helped me with loving on myself, and I am a Scorpio, I bought this lavender spray for my hands, and it smells really good. But studies show if you put some lavender oil on your hands every day, it helps with anxiety and other things. And you're just flying above everything. It's like all the conflict and all the drama of the world doesn't matter to you. You're just flying above it. It kind of reminds me of that story I read a long time ago in school where this man's dad made him some wings to fly with. And he flew and flew closer to the sun, and the sun melted the wax that was holding the wings together. So he fell. And I'm not saying that's going to happen to you. I'm just saying, you're flying above everything. Now, in the middle of March, we have the Ace of Swords, okay? The Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Okay? The Ace of Swords represents the spirit of the truth. You may get some sort of rational idea in the middle of March. You may have a final argument with somebody or an uncompromising solution. So you're clearing things up, figuring out, constructing an objective picture. For instance, an explanatory talk to set the record straight, a rational, exciting idea, a declaration of point of view, a final argument, a strong-willed decision, assurance, clarity, fearlessness, honesty. Okay. So if this represents your honesty, you're still being who you are. I mean, you're still being fearless, like that Fool card, and you're still being honest in the middle of March. When it talks about setting the record straight, it kind of reminds me of a lawyer. You know how sometimes you will see lawyers in court shows and they will say, let the record show. And so, I don't know. Is that what you're doing, Scorpio, in the middle of March? Or are you telling somebody, let the record show that you are married, when you hit on me? I don't know what you're doing. But you're basically making some sort of tough decision, taking from the perspective of power, will, and reason against all sentiments. You're being very logical. Um, it is a card of inner truth, strictness, and firm principles. So you could also be standing your ground. You're not going back to whoever was bothering you in the past. Um, let's clarify that Ace of Swords. I used to look at the swords as being very negative, but if you look at them from the point of how somebody's mind works or how their logic works, it's not really that negative, if at all. I mean, got some lint. There we go. Had some lint on my finger. Yeah, you're not talking to this person still in the middle of March because we have the Strength card and the Six of Wands and the Ten of Wands. You're releasing a heavy burden and you're having a victory doing that, okay? I'm not really seeing any cups here. I'm seeing a lot of wands. I don't think you really loved this person. You could have had a crush on this person at one point or had a kind of obsession going on with them, but you're releasing a heavy burden associated with this person. It could be one final argument with somebody, or you could be fussing somebody out one last time. Your attitude about everything is the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can mean forgiveness and moving on. But let's see what the Insight Tarot book says about it. Three of Swords. So, your attitude is that your ideals have been put to the test. Your values have been put to the test. Um, You may feel separated from somebody. This can be the deconstruction of illusions, a conflict of mind and heart, a bitter truth, a hard choice in favor of arguments of the mind, a painful experience. So we all know that Three of Swords can, represent a painful experience, but since this represents your attitude, I feel like that people are always testing you and you're tired of it. It's kind of like when we go on a dating website, a social network, and I don't know about you guys, but when I get on a social network, a lot of times a guy will message me and he'll wait about 15 minutes before finally telling me what he really wants, right? And to me, it's annoying. It's a waste of my time waiting on somebody to respond when they could have just told me their intentions in the beginning, so they could have gotten it over with so I could block them. But they don't like being blocked, so they take 15 to 20 minutes to say something disrespectful. And it's annoying. So I just stopped going on social media because I feel like I deserve better. And you could be feeling that way at this time too. You're tired of people testing you and putting your ideals to the test. I know they didn't, Scorpio. I know they didn't. He put a white card in here. Yeah, you're seeing people for who they are and you're tired of being tested. Because we get the white card, the death card, and the Seven of Wands. You're just tired of being tested. And I don't see anywhere in this glossary where he has, a white card listed or what the white card is even for. So when I get through with using this book, let's see. Let's see. The white card. Here we go. So, to whom much is given, much is expected. So, you're basically tired of being tested, and the white card means attention of God. It doesn't say attention to God, it says attention of God. The white card is an arcanum without a number and a picture. The color white symbolizes concentrated divine energy before splitting up into a color spectrum. Appearance of the white card signifies that a person is forming a new personal universe, and the way he is doing it is under the scrutiny of the supreme forces. God is getting close to a person, bringing plenty of energy. I am concentrated new meaning. I am a blank page on which you are writing your history now. So, this is reinforcement of the messages from other cards. Inevitability, tipping point, fate. A new lotus of the future is being formed by the decision of the person, personal responsibility. So it's almost like your attitude is that of which somebody who is taking personal responsibility for their life. And it reminds me of the example I gave you earlier. I'm tired of being disrespected on, platforms like Facebook and but it's not always Facebook. Facebook, Scout, Meet Me. There's so many social platforms And I finally made the decision that I was tired of being tested. And that's what you could be doing, Scorpio. You're putting an end to being tested. Because with the 7 of Wands, you see people for who they are. And I don't I don't know about you, but me personally, I get bored. Like when I keep encountering the same types of people and I know about all their games, I get bored. So your attitude is you're tired of being tested possibly by the same people over and over again that you know how they are. So it kind of reminds me of what I experienced last year. Last year, a bunch of married men kept hitting on me. So I don't know who's been hitting on you, Scorpio, or flirting with you, but you may be tired of the same type of person coming into your life, and you're putting a stop to it with your actions. You're taking responsibility for your life, regardless of whether it's avoiding somebody, deleting certain social accounts. I don't know. Influencing you is the 6 of Swords. I think this means you just want a more peaceful life. But let's see what the book says because this is a new deck. Traditionally, it means going away. Okay. A new horizons, cognition, expansion of personal mental universe. You could be expanding your mind at this time. Maybe you prefer to read books over talking to crazy people. There could also be travel that's influencing you. Maybe you like to travel. Let's clarify this. You could have learned something about yourself that caused you to be able to let go of the King of Wands. It seems like ever since you left this person, you've been growing and growing and growing. Yeah, you're feeling very protective of yourself at this time, and you want things to be fair. You want an equal give and take. There could have been a court case concerning you and this King of Wands, or you could have been recently involved in a court case. We get the World, the Nine of Wands, and the Justice card. So you're very protective of yourself, and you want things to be fair, and that's why you're ending out a cycle with this World card. I don't know what the cycle was, Scorpio. It could have been married men, it could have been cheaters, but you're ending a cycle of whoever it was that kept bothering you, and you're going off somewhere to expand your mind. Your obstacles are the Four of Cups at this time. Four of Cups. Okay. A boredom could be an obstacle for you at this time. I don't think you're unhappy. I just think you're bored sometimes. This is emotional stagnation. Okay? So it's almost like you have elevated and you've elevated to a certain point, but now you're kind of stuck at that point. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. You just have to figure out what to do when you are bored, because they do say that idle hands are the devil's playground, right? So when you're bored, you want to make sure that you're doing something positive with your time. and not reverting back to old habits or old ways of living. Yeah, when you're bored, you like to travel a lot and you don't know why, you can't explain it. But we get the magician, the moon, and the chariot. For some reason, when you're bored, you travel a lot. You could be taking a drive somewhere to a different city or a different town or a different state. Some of you may be able to travel to different countries. But if this is in your obstacles situation, some of you may not be traveling at all, and you can't explain why you don't feel like traveling. The outcome of everything is going to be the Two of Pentacles. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. You're going to be a flexible person. The art of being flexible. You may be doing several things at a time. Corresponding with somebody in March, maybe writing a letter, maybe negotiations, settlements. I think you're basically balancing out your life the first week of March. You may be compromising with somebody. It says adaptation, ability to adapt in a changing environment, inclination for situational compromises. So let's see what that's about. I haven't really seen anything in here about how to modify behavior. But I do like the phrases in this book about, what the phrases basically, what the cards basically say. Because for some of the cards, it tells you specifically what a person is thinking. And I like that about these cards. Okay. You're focused on your money right now. That is the first week of March. You could be going on some sort of adventure and you're using your money to go on an adventure with. You're holding on to your emotional stability and security. We have Knight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. So if you've ascended to a higher level of happiness, you're holding on to that happiness. I mean, even if you're stagnant at a certain level, you're holding on to that level for a while. It kind of reminds me of somebody who, say if they go to the beach and they swim a while and then they get out of the beach and they're trying to get their land legs back. They're trying to get used to being on land. So it's almost like you're trying to get used to this new level you're at, and you will be getting used to this new level in the first week of March. What you don't see coming is Nine of Cups. You do not see Nine of Cups coming. You're going to be loaded up, is what it says. It is a dream come true. Nine of Cups exhibits escapism, to live in one's own reality. All that I wanted, I got it. What else can be desired, I don't know. So it's kind of like that person who has everything they could ever want, and then you don't really know what to get them for Christmas because they have everything they could ever want. This arcanum describes an emotional reward that we get when we are satisfied with what's happening and with ourselves. The main thing is not to forget to share this energy with others from the excess. So it is telling you a behavior to exhibit with Nine of Cups. It's to share with others, share your happiness with others. You could also be going to a party. It could mean that you're going to a party. Some of you could be making cupcakes, a talent to create something tasty in demand. You could be relaxing, your anxiety could go away. You may not see that your anxiety is going to go away. Enjoying life. Wow. Let's clarify that. Okay? You're at peace. And here is your energy. We have the Queen of Cups, your energy, Queen of Cups. But clarifying the Nine of Cups, we get the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups. What does the Eight of Cups say? So, clarifying the Nine of Cups, even though you are going to be at peace, it's almost like you're letting go of what you thought the Nine of Cups was going to be. If you had your heart set on being with somebody and this person disappointed you, you have the ability to say goodbye and let go. You could be going through a spiritual search. Your cards are kind of confusing to me because we have that Seven of Swords beside the Eight of Cups. The way I originally interpreted it, though, was maybe you were tired of people lying to you and you accepted the fact that you cannot change somebody who lies a lot for no reason. And that's what's going to bring you peace, realizing that you're better off without somebody. Thank you for coming to this reading, Scorpio. It's almost like you thought you needed someone and then you realized that you didn't, because you noticed your house or wherever you're at just became so much more peaceful. Well, you've got the rest of your life ahead of you. Congratulations.